Hello, for this recipe we're going to use some delicious butternut squash, onion, 3 cloves of garlic, chilli, red lentils, coconut milk, a little Knorr chicken stock cube, rapeseed oil for frying in, and I've got some delicious curry powder, which is from a friend, but any curry powder you like. This is a secret blend of herbs and spices, as all good curry powders are, but your general generic curry, mild curry, medium curry, hot curry powder from the supermarket will do. If you're into your curries, you can make your own powders and use that, but just a curry powder of some description, and we're going to make a lovely dal. So I'm going to start off, I've got my pan warming up. I'm going to just slice my onion and get that in there caramelising off, and then we're going to go through everything else. So we're just going to peel the onion, top and tail, make a little incision, and then just peel it. So in half, and then we're just going to slice it nice and thin, and that can go straight into the pan. Yeah, that's nice and warm. Little glug of rapeseed oil. Give that a second just to warm through a little bit. And you want to hear that sound when you add your onions. So you want to get a nice bit of colour on these so they caramelise up, just so we get a nice natural sweetness into the curry. Then we've got our 3 bowls of garlic. I'm just going to remove the tail end of those, like so. Just gently crush them. We're not going to crush them all the way down, we're just doing that so they're easy to peel. Go. Nicely chopped like so. Once the onions are caramelised, we're going to drop the temperature a little bit, add the garlic and the chilli. So we're just going to let these cook. You can see we're already getting a nice bit of colour on them. Roughly chop the chilli. Add that when we add the garlic. Got a nice chunk of butternut squash. We're just going to peel that and take the skin off. So, just make sure the base of this is flat and you've got a nice sharp knife, so it's not wobbling around, and the knife is sharp enough to cut through it, just to avoid any injuries. It's a classic one in kitchens, squashes and pumpkins, because the skin is so thick. If you haven't got a sharp knife or it's wobbling on the board, it's going to slip off and either take a finger off or give you quite a significant injury. So we're going to slice that down like so, then we're going to flip it on its side and just run a knife through it so we can get a nice uniform dice. Like so. Okay. Perfect timing, onions are nice and caramelised. In goes the garlic and the chillies. Drop the temperature slightly. And then goes the butternut squash. Now we're going to add our curry spice. So we're going to use 2 teaspoons of this, sort of quite heaped teaspoons. We just want to let that cook out. So it's going to start to sort of stick to the bottom of the pan. When it does that, we're going to add the lentils, and then we're going to add our liquid. You can just now smell all of a sudden, literally within a couple of seconds, the smell from all those spices is starting to come out. That's really good. That's exactly what we want. We're going to add the lentils. So we're looking at the equivalent of, well, not even the equivalent, I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to do 2 handfuls. 1, 2. Mix them in with the spices, the squash, the onions and the chilies. So we had a little malfunction with the filming, but I've now just added a little bit of the coconut milk just to deglaze the pan. I've then added the rest of it and the Knorr stock cube. We're just going to let that come up to the boil like so, and then we're going to drop it down to a simmer for 30 minutes. So that's what we're looking for. That's been cooking for 30 minutes. The lentils have started to break down and just created this really creamy, delicious curry dish. Enjoy, guys.